Have you ever wondered why millions of people around the world became obsessed with Squid Game? Almost everyone thinks this series is only about deadly children's games, but the real story is much darker than that. Squid Game is actually about how desperation can destroy morality and how money can turn ordinary people into monsters. On the surface, it looks like a survival thriller, but underneath it tells a heartbreaking story about debt inequality, greed, and the value of human life. The main character, Seong Gi-hun, is not introduced as a hero. He is a man who has failed in almost every part of his life. He struggles with debt, has lost the respect of his family, and barely manages to survive. One mysterious invitation changes everything. He joins a secret competition where hundreds of people who are drowning in financial problems are offered one final chance to change their lives. The prize is life-changing, but the cost is beyond imagination. As the games begin, the players quickly realize they are not competing for money alone. They are competing for survival. Every decision becomes a moral test. Should you help someone or save yourself? Should you trust another player or betray them? These questions become more important than the games themselves. Every challenge strips away another layer of humanity, revealing what people are truly capable of when pushed to the edge. Some players choose kindness. Others choose manipulation. Some sacrifice themselves, while others sacrifice everyone around them. The series constantly reminds us that the real enemy is not always the person standing across from you. Sometimes the system itself is the biggest villain. One of the strongest messages in Squid Game is that every player entered the competition voluntarily. They all had opportunities to leave, yet many chose to return because the outside world had become even more hopeless than the deadly games. This is what makes the story so disturbing. It suggests that poverty and desperation can become prisons just as terrifying as any physical cage. Throughout the season, friendships are formed only to be shattered. Trust becomes a luxury that very few people can afford. Every victory comes with guilt. Every loss leaves emotional scars. By the time only a handful of players remain, the audience realizes that nobody truly wins. Even the survivor pays an enormous psychological price. The final episodes completely change the meaning of the story. The rich VIPs who secretly watch the games reveal that human suffering has become nothing more than entertainment for those with unlimited wealth. This shocking revelation transforms Squid Game from a survival series into a powerful criticism of social inequality. The contestants are treated like disposable pieces in a game controlled by people who have forgotten the value of human life. Gi-hun eventually survives, but instead of celebrating, he discovers that winning the money cannot erase trauma. It cannot bring back lost friends, and it cannot restore the person he used to be. His victory feels more like a punishment than a reward. The final twist reveals that the creator of the games had his own disturbing reasons for organizing the competition, proving that absolute power often destroys empathy before anything else. The ending leaves viewers with one final question. If you were offered unimaginable wealth but had to sacrifice your humanity to obtain it, would you accept? That is why Squid Game became more than just another Netflix series. It became a global conversation about morality, inequality, and the true cost of survival. And even after the games end, one thing becomes painfully clear. The deadliest game was never the competition itself. It was the world that forced these people to enter it in the first place.